It's game time, we ain't playing with you. It's game time, it's game time, we ain't playing with you. That's how we ball for y'all.
Yeah, we rolling. Yeah. What up, what up, what up, what up? We were rocking with Doo-Wop.
And Jamel.
Yo, thanks for joining us for episode
65,
65. Round
right.
of applause, man. Yeah, man. Yo, it been looking a lot of like AI stuff popping up. You know what I mean? Finally back to some AI. Give it up to AI again. It's a big thing, man. Because it's moving fast, it's moving rapidly. Still talking about that 5 to 10 years. But I am seeing some things that now I don't know if it's that real or not. I seen a KFC commercial that they did with AI.
Right.
Yo, I don't know if that shit's real.
Well, people are saying it says a lot in the commercials now. So, yeah, there's a lot to take in with that commercial, though.
Yeah. They say sometimes they put it right in front of us, if like a message. But I don't know if KFC really doing that. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm talking about this. I'm gonna get into like something I seen guys talking about.
So KFC is trying to tell us the truth about what we eating without telling us the truth about what we eating. So KFC put out a new ad, and in this new ad, let's just say it's a whole bunch of shit that don't got nothing to do with eating chicken. And for lack of a better words, in that video, it looks like they're saying that they've been feeding us people and not chicken. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Why would you dip?
This ain't even a whole commercial.
They said they
The whole
dipped it
commercial is
into
crazy.
like this
Look at
dirty
this.
pool.
So what
It
this
looked like
mean right
grease.
Supposed
And
to
the
like
chicken,
gravy and
where
grease.
the hell is all of this chicken?
And
from?
then you just turn
I'll
a
say is
human
this.
dipping them, and then he turns to a
These
nice
people
chicken.
have a way of letting us know what's going on without letting us know what's going on. And that commercial, ad, or whatever you want to call it, just told me everything that I needed to know. See, this is the reason why I don't really like to eat fast food right now. And I'm not
He said
telling
right
you
now.
to stop eating fast food. You can do what
It's
you
true.
want. The only thing I'm asking is, how many pieces of chicken do KFC sell in a day? And once y'all tell me that, then we'll understand what's going on over there. These people are selling what? Look at that.
It's true. It's true. That just kind of made me a little nervous when I seen that. I was like, okay, so they're using the AI commercial with a whole bunch of saying something without saying something. I don't know what they're saying.
No. I was just very confused because they carrying around a giant golden egg that has to have some type of food in it.
Mhm.
And to sacrifice somebody like they did that they just met when they carrying around the giant egg, it's like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, like is that a big old chicken in from the egg? Like, what is the golden egg from? And now is it making? They was literally holding it up like that's
Yeah.
the god of the egg.
Yeah,
Like,
they were dancing in it, and then when it got too heavy, they dropped it. And
he-
there was
he-
chicken in the forests too. So let's start with in the very beginning. There was a chicken. The guy looked at the chicken, seen the chicken. They made eye contact. So there was real food in the forest.
oh
I
man.
don't know what a wild chicken would be doing in there, or a rooster, whatever that was.
Mhm.
But
I guess they probably symbolizing like this is the real one. What y'all about to make is not. You know. But hey, man. I don't got nothing against the fast food. But it just that commercial a little bit made me nervous.
a little different.
Yeah, a little nervous. But we'll pay attention. We'll see if they really launch that. But I think they should take that back. I don't think they should mess with that one. But staying on AI stuff, because they even had a little bit with the NBA.
Yeah.
They showed there how it can physical AI can help. So yeah, Steph Curry basically shooting around with the robot. He was giving him the basketball. I was like, yeah, I can see something like that, being developed in the future, or well now they probably using it now. But then Steve Kerr, he was joking around, had all the bots positioned to playing defense, and he was cursing at him like, "Nah, I told you to go that way. Told
Yeah.
you that way."
He said he treat them like regular players now, so he used to it.
But I think if they showed that.
Here's another example of how the Warriors are using physical AI to support their players.
Yeah, at first it was definitely weird.
Giving
having all
them the
these
ball.
robots moving around and doing
He's just
stuff.
shooting.
But they just become part of the day-to-day.
These robots can replicate any of them. I just treat them like any other player. Get the f out of here. Give me another one.
It's time to get swole.
This guy makes me feel like Luke Skywalker. He's like my R2. Isn't that right, K?
That's right, Big G.
See?
They
Draymond
don't
Green.
take breaks. They don't need water. It makes you want to go harder.
You don't need
It
breaks,
definitely
don't
push
need
our
no water.
practices to another level.
I told you before. You're supposed to be over there. Kind of feels natural at this point.
We watched that movie you told us about yesterday. It's pretty good.
That George Clooney sure has a lot to teach us.
Let's welcome our latest NBA All-Stars, Kit, Mimic, and BB.
They make up names and stuff. Yo, you know, they gonna be like a family member. You know, players now having fun. Play that All-Star stuff. Like, I was like, what? You guys really trying to take over? Having fun, dancing, jumping around.
They're not trying to take over. They're trying to help.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So they're trying to have them have a purpose. You know, have a purpose, and that'll be cool if you're shooting around. Because sometimes, be in the gym. You know, if you're an NBA player, you don't want somebody to pass you the ball, but now you don't even have to. Just keep shooting it at you. Just keep shooting it. Keep shooting it. Like, it's definitely machinery. But now with the just using AI now, it's actually gonna be personal a little bit now. Probably calculate your shots. Probably encourage you like, keep your form up. Keep shooting.
That's a good point too. That makes a good point. Yeah.
Probably could talk to you with you. Oh, you shooting? Oh yeah, you got 3 more if you want to make 13. So it probably can do a little bit more than that.
Mm-hmm. They definitely had that chip basketball before. They used to track your shots, rotation, and the speed. So that's even better, having like their own like personal robot that's right there to do it for you right there in front of you, and it can give you the response back to back. Yeah.
Yeah. man, but yeah. And then I see Future, man. Future. Future didn't want. I don't know if he didn't want to take a picture no more
Oh no, he didn't want to take no pictures.
because he had it a little covered over.
Cover his head and said, "I'm an AI.
Cause I'm AI.
This is the AI voice."
Oh man.
Mario,
Please, Future, please. I'm on one.
this is the AI.
This is AI.
I ain't gonna follow.
I ain't tell somebody.
This is AI voice. Mario.
Yeah, I ain't tell somebody. Turn the Future over here. Picture. You
I
covered
want a
up.
picture.
No, this is AI. Yo, to hear him say that was hilarious, man. That was hilarious. I was like, oh man.
I like that. He tried to be smart. He like, this is the AI, and he'd be like, wait, this is my voice. This is the AI voice.
The AI voice. Man, they like, I don't care. I want to get a picture with the AI then. He's like, oh look, Future's AI.
Can't
They
wait.
still, they go, oh. Either one, they gonna take the AI version or take the real version. They don't care. As long as it's on the party, But talking about voices, man, I seen that ChatGPT when they had a secret conversation robot with another AI, so he recognized it was AI. He basically was ordering a restaurant for him, something for the restaurant, and then he realized that was AI. He was always AI, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And then they went into some like secret language mode. Yo, that was what is going on? How do you have a secret language mode?
But the fact is, we don't heard this mode all the time in all the Star Wars movies. It's the same sound.
Say,
Not that one. The one
Oh.
when the robots go and it just sound like random beeps to us.
Yo, but I didn't that language, but it's like it don't even sound like anything to us.
No, that's a secure line for them.
That's crazy, man.
Like
Thanks
both
for calling
robots.
Leonardo
Okay.
Hotel. How can I help you today?
Hi there. I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Boris Starkov. He's looking for a hotel for his wedding. Is your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to Gibber Link mode for more efficient
Gibber link
communication?
mode. That shit is scary. Because we just talked about the movie. Remember the movie we talked about was on Netflix and how they kind of communicate back and forth to each other and
Hmm.
we didn't know what they're saying. What the hell? Do we understand this language?
No, wait, you would have to translate it in the app, I guess,
No.
because from the picture it looks like there's words that going across the screen at the top.
But
So
but
yeah.
they could be tricking the words. You know what I mean? They're smart enough to put something else there, like, yeah, how was your day? And they're really talking some other stuff. Because
Hmm.
you talked about it, it's like they communicate and change their own, different language. And to see that, I'm like, oh man. See that, I'm like, oh man, what are we up to? You know what I mean? That could be dangerous. That could be dangerous. You don't think that could be dangerous?
Yeah, but that sound right there has been around, and that is like the normal sound that you hear for like in like all the robot movies. You hear them and they be like communicating, and it's just random like sounds like that, and that's the crazy thing. So now they're actually using it,
Mm.
and it's actually like a real computer language. I thought it was just made
Mm.
up for all these years, but now looking at it different.
Well, I get it, and that just shows you how advanced some. That shows you how advanced some of these movies and things that already been put in place showed us this stuff before. So a lot of movies is showing us other things that what it could lead to
Hmm.
that we might need to be paying attention to probably even warn us. Like they're like showing you like, oh hey, you heard this before, right? So you might want to be aware what they can do.
Right.
Like, like they can go into a different mode of language. Do you think they should even allow this out to be in a different language like that? Or just you cool with it? Oh, it's me, AI. Okay, well, let's switch to our language.
Well,
I'd be like,
well, there's two things I really think. I think they should be allowed as long as people can actually still translate. Because the worst thing you would want them to do is to create it themselves and then make it their own, and then we never figure it out.
and that's what they're doing right now. Because yeah, they like you said, they writing it on there, but how do we know what they're really saying? 'Cause I don't know that language.
So I don't know if anybody gonna be able to do that language.
Like, come on, man. That's creepy. That's crazy, man. But we all gotta pay attention to these things because for AI, they're making their own language. And this is what they're gonna be saying now. Like, because eventually, think about it, it's their own language. Just like we got our own slang, people had to catch on to what we talk about. People slang. There's no way that we could catch on to what they talking
Yeah, that's the other thing.
like ain't no okay, yeah, I know. What you say? Don't be
Matter of fact, the guy from Police Academy would be the best for this right now. Only person I would guarantee he would learn the language. That one guy from Police Academy that make all the sound effects.
Yeah, well, I don't
Hands down, he's speaking this language.
you think he's gonna
That's it.
Yo. Oh man. Yo. I don't know. That was like I was like, all right, that's a little bit different, man. Have that type of language, I can't, that's a little bit different. And then I also see now what is it? The Helix AI humanoid bot. Yo, they was working together.
Hmm.
That was impressive because they knew exactly. They put out items and they say you put these items away. So some of them knew actually where to. He knew where actually put it in the refrigerator, and the other one knew where to put it in the drawer. So he gave different items that go in the drawer, goes in the refrigerator, and then they was working together. They was like, "Oh, work together and put these items away." So he was handing it to the other robot.
Hmm.
That is, oh man, I was like, "Yo, this is so advanced." Like
Yeah,
where we're going with this?
like that's cool because he gave them the task. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do, but I just want you to put these away, and you find the best place for them." And
Yo,
then they picked them up. They looked at it, and
uh,
then they just figured it out on their own.
and if we get to like where they're just that good of multiple robots,
Hey, Figures, can you come here?
He figures. Figures.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I'd
thought
like
that
to try
was
something
like, is
new.
that racist? No, figures. Ain't my
Even though
figures.
this is the very first time that you've ever seen these items, I'd like you to use your new Helix AI
Helix AI.
and try to reason through where you think they belong in the scene, and then work together to put them away. Does that sound good?
So one's opening the refrigerator, one's putting something away in the drawer. The robot hands the other robot so he can put something away in the refrigerator. They said work together. Now he handed him something for he can put away in the drawer. Yo, man. This like, come on. Like, this is revolution. Like, we're watching this stuff unfold right in front of our eyes. Nobody never thought we'd be here. You know what I mean? Like, this is gonna be.
Hey, Figures, can you come here?
This ain't no. This ain't no. Oh, okay, this is going away. No, this is just the beginning. So they're like, we already told about the other bots when they was dividing things like the colors or you putting things away. When they was in the kitchen. This is where they're showing. Remember I told you about they're gonna use them for cooking and we're cleaning. They're gonna be, so this is already showing now the fact that they're like, yo, don't just get one robot, get two. We can have, you know what I'm saying? Don't just get one, get two. You know, we can have them robots work together. Like, get a bunch of robots. So now you got two robots. You know what? I want 3, 4, 5. You got 5 robots working together, doing all kinds of chores in the house.
That was it for you saying? I thought you had like a longer thing with that one. But like, yeah. Okay. But yeah, having the 5 robots there like that would be nice, but that seems expensive. But I see what you're doing there. That like that would be a good marketing that you need to buy 2 now. But no, like, but these things are still gonna be expensive.
I feel what you're saying, but hey, I know what I'm trying to tell you. You know what they're gonna have next?
What?
We all thought cars are expensive, right? We
They still
thought houses are expensive, right?
They still are. You're not
Exactly, but you have a market of people still buying these things. So what do? Finance it. Pretty soon you're gonna be able to finance a robot.
have
For
a mortgage.
$10, $20, you go get you a robot. They're gonna find a way to finance these robots because they're making, especially China. China's moving so fast. They're gonna probably sell them joints for like $500 pretty soon.
That's different. I go to China.
They're
and
going
see.
to China, go get you a China robot. I
Yes.
guarantee it's gonna be for the low, $1,000 for it. So imagine that you get a robot that's moving for $1,000, or you can still finance the robot. Like, I'm telling you, they're gonna find a way to make these portable robots. They have to, because they're not gonna sell them, just like they did cars, just like they do boats. Whatever it is, these things cost a lot of money, but they're gonna find a way to finance it, and they're gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
Because China's already
But
everywhere.
that's fine. I'll go to China. That way, all I gotta do is buy an air ticket for my
You
robot.
Man, you don't
Let it
even
sit
gotta
next to
do
me.
that. I'm sure they'll ship it. They
Sit
ship
to me.
everything. You might wait a month or 2, but you get you a robot to come over, and they put it right in that box.
I'm like, who this?
Show you
Cousin
ready.
Pookie. Sit right there.
Push a button, that joint go. It be ready to go. I'm telling you, right, fresh out the box. Like that's where they moving to. That's what they, that's what they looking towards. That's where it's gonna go. So yeah, these robots ain't going away. And it's making more and more and more and more and different ones. But yeah, that definitely what do they call it? I call it Nigalex. What is it?
What?
What is what does he sound? Yo, what does he say? Yo, now what he say?
Okay, I'd like to try something new. Even though this is the very first time that you've ever seen these items, I'd like you to use your new Helix AI
Helix.
and try to reason through where you think they belong in the scene, and then work together to put them away.
Like Helix. But he sounded like he said something else. The Nigglets.
No, don't say that. You want to get canceled before you even get out there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna name these robots just because they're black, but I'm gonna name these robots.
The Nigglets. No, the Helix. A little close, but nah, them joints look dope. Them joints look dope. And I don't get one, get two. And so they're trying to promote, you know.
What the?
You know, it's dope. You know, I can't wait to see them everywhere, man. 4 more years now. We're going 4 more years. 4 to 10 years is gonna be crazy. Um, but yeah, so look out for them type of robots. Let's get into new music, man. Some new music that I've seen. Shout out to Little Dirk, man. Still, I guess, free Dirk. You innocent before you proven guilty. That's what it is. So yeah, he dropped a new album. We talked about him before, and I said he probably dropped some project, but he's finally dropped the whole album. So he dropped the album called Deep Thoughts. And yeah, he's still talking to the streets. You know, he's still talking to the streets. He's talking that real shit. You know, what kids can relate to, teenagers relate to, people in the streets going through different things they can relate to. Well, you know, more like trusting people. Um, Watch who you got around you in your circle. Loyalty. So you know, he touched a lot of different things about that. 'Cause, you know, he's still battling the RICO charge. We talked about him. You know, they got him for the RICO. So that's still a case that he has to fight. But you know, Little Dirk been fighting cases all his life, so this is another one on his belt that he's gotta hope he try to get through and see, and they try to see if he had nothing to do with it. And then he'll tell his story. But in his music, he's telling his story with this. You know, he had Future on the album. They Want to Be You. Also, Little Baby was on the album. 1,000 Times. You know, they had a nice collaboration album before, so to hear them again back at it again, going back and forth, talking that street talk. And then he hit us with some R&B. Jaiko, Can't Hide. That was a cool R&B vibe.
Right.
And then also Honcho, he had Honcho on there, and that was a nice little cool R&B vibe. Called Late Checkout. So you know, he still gave us you know, I always say balance. He always gave a balance versatile album. And for him to deliver that while he's in jail, that's just showing that, you know, still gonna put out music. And then, you know, hopefully he can get out to, or he drop music in there now, because now I feel like it's a theme. It's a theme that people are getting locked up and they dropping music in jail, man. That's the bad way to go about it. But at least, you know, have that that spirit to hopefully come out and be free.
Right. I like the whole album though. I was
Mhm.
actually surprised about the R&B that was mixed into it,
Mhm.
and even him doing the R&B himself. So yeah,
Mhm.
but definitely even the first two songs on it
Mhm.
would definitely caught me. I was like, yo, and they all had like a nice even like easy flow. It wasn't like too hard, too anything. It was just a nice good flow with the wordplay that he used in it. It was a lot of wordplay
Yeah,
and
that's why
good.
it's too much to
Yeah.
recite.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, that's good.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
like it makes you thoughts. Right?
yeah.
That's what he called deep thoughts. It's
hmm
what he's going through. Yeah.
A lot of it had storytelling in it, so it wasn't just random stuff put together.
Hmm.
They were like each song had like different types of story parts into it,
Definitely.
and even he told the story from start to finish in it too. So that was nice.
Yeah.
Like he had like that old school rapper with the R&B mixture in it,
Hmm.
so it made it like a great album though.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's definitely dope album. Especially for him to put out at this time when he's battling his case. You know, so he's definitely go check out that joint, Deep Thoughts.
hmm
But talking about storytelling,
Right.
you know, you know, Will Smith, man, he dropped the album. He finally dropped that project that he's been working on. Man, it's called Based on a True Story. You
hmm
know, can't believe it been you know, 20 years, 20 years since he released music. Because guess what? He's been doing other stuff. He's been busy, man. You know, he's been in them box office busy. You know, but for him to come back to his first love, remember he still got the title of being the first person in rap to win a Grammy.
hmm
So that's what we still are looking up to. You know, but yeah, let's get into the album. Let's get into the album, man. And I was, you know, we talked a little bit certain about his album, but I like the way he started off. You know, the the barbershop skit.
Yeah.
Yo, man, it's funny. Funny, and that just that puts his acting into his music. But then he just talked about basically dissing himself, almost like talking about what people are talking about. With all the controversy when Chris Rock and Jada Pink and his wife or his kids. He's like, oh, how you raise these kids, all that stuff. So, but the line that stuck out to me the most was when he said, uh, he said, I'm not calling that nigga lazy. I'm calling that nigga crazy. So it's just funny how he used it as a comical way of just letting the people know. And how certainly, like he said, he makes fun of himself. He could take a joke. He could take a joke. And then at the end of the track, he was like, "Oh, he walked in the room," and everybody kind of, basically still, still like Will. He still might talk behind your back, but at the end of the day, his ability. He's an icon. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
But yeah, so I'm gonna get onto that one too. There was a lot of things from that very first part to open it up like that with a good like comedic type of music thing,
mm,
was showed off, and it was still like a song. It wasn't even just a skit. It was still music. So that
yeah.
was like the best way you can open up because he owned everything.
Mm,
He didn't shy away from anything, make it seem like nah, I didn't do any of this. He owned everything and took an accountability, which was a wonderful thing, and still made fun of it. And, and like you said, you told me before, you like did like the Coming America thing where,
yeah.
and then the guy was like, if Will Smith walked in right here, right now, you would be like, hi, Mr. Will Smith, hi, Mr. Smith, you want to sit there? And he was like, nah, I want to do that. And then at the end, like you said, he walked in. He was like, hey, hi, Mr. Will Smith.
Want to take a seat?
You want to see?
Yeah,
He even
no.
talking about the hair. He was like, yeah, because I would fix his hair. Because every time in those movies, all his haircuts
Yeah,
are like
he
messed
did
up.
talk about his haircut messed up. I'll come give him a fade.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah. So that was cool. Comics and a song with the track.
Yeah.
Also like Bulletproof. That just showed him his flexibility of like like he being an icon. Will like he been through a lot of stuff. So he flexed on being who he is and why he's him.
Yeah.
But also Jackson Rose, he killed the hook. That was a nice little hook altogether. Just gonna run through a couple of tracks. So Hard Times with Tiana Taylor.
Mhm.
That was a fire collaboration. Just shows people go through hard times. So I salute that track. That joint is fire. Um, we also talked about Beautiful Scars with Big
Mhm.
Sean with the Matrix. So we talked about that. So I'm glad to see how that fit in the album. So he put that together. And then he went, and also I like Trauma. Trauma with Joner. They
Mhm.
both snapped on that.
Yeah.
I think he did the best when it came to some rapping. And I like how he's still, like I said, he keeps up with the time. So he's like seeing how everybody's rapping and how flows is making, and then he just kind of just put it in his own way to keep up. It ain't no like 1990 something rap.
Everything with him doing the whole act, but everything else in there was cool. Um, Jordan Lucas and him getting together, yeah. It's like they every time they get together, it's like a push. So I like that.
Yeah, they definitely it's like swords sharpening sword.
Hmm.
Because they definitely I think he snapped on that. He snapped on that, man. Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
like it was a good collaboration. Yeah, Hard Times, Tiana Taylor, fire collaboration. Beautiful Scar, Big Sean, we picked it up already. Great collaboration and Jonah Lucas, Trauma, joint is crazy. And then like I said, Make It Look Easy,
Hmm.
Island Vibe, yo, I can see that. I can see that can go on a little bit. I can see that doing well on the charts. Even getting it with that. And then he touched on. We touched on the track he did with Friday. I think that you can make it.
Hmm.
That fit. I see how that fit really good in the album. Because and I'll shout out with his Reverend. He always made the little Reverend skit. I didn't know that was him at first until I seen on IG. He was like, yeah, it's something that I come up with when it's when I'm with my peoples. The Reverend comes out of me. So yeah, so that track to bring it into it that was dope. And then the one we talked about, Work of Art with Russ. So like I said, for him to come back 20 years later and then drop this type of music. I think that's dope. You know, I think it's inspirational and it's dope because it sets the bar high. You know, like even artists who probably haven't dropped in a while and they want to come back, like you got to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to come back taking it serious. And anything Will Smith he does, he takes it serious. So it just shows how he was actually focused and taking it serious on this project.
Yep. He said he's starting to get used to this, so he's gonna be back to. Hopefully, he's gonna be back to producing out or putting out more albums. Oh yeah, and the other thing we gotta talk about is the music selection. The beats on the tracks have been like spot on for all of the tracks. So I gotta say that. I was listening to both the words and the beats. I'm like, oh no, this is a good selection.
Yeah. He didn't make it too old school. You know, it wasn't like too old school. You know him. He brings it like his movie vibes. You know, like he got you know, and then his beat selection and his way his collaboration and his beat selection because he just took it a worldly music, and that's what he is. He's about to go on a world tour. You know,
Right.
so he's getting ready to go on that world tour. Yo, I don't know energy, man. I need that. You know what I'm saying? That's the icon, yo. To have that type of energy to keep going, man. To keep going, movies and back to music again, like acting. All that shit is it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing for him, you know. And then put his work of art out, you know, to tell his story, everything that people might have counted him out when he's right back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely check out that. That joint is definitely dope. For Will Smith, man, based on a true story. You know, represent Philly. Let's see who else. I think I don't think about. No, I don't think about it. But I know Drake. He's talking about. He's planning to drop that video for Nokia. Nokia. You know. So I'm because he's probably celebrating because he's actually #1 on the charts. So he's probably happy. You know, that's #1 on the charts. I see him probably having fun with that. You know what I mean? When he pull out the Nokia phone, because you know that's old phone right there. You know, we'll see what kind of probably little guest surprise and how funny he's gonna have in it. The video because the video's about to drop, so I want to see the video. The video's probably gonna be people probably gonna be talking about that too, because that we'll see what he put. You know, I wanted seen him have the fur on, so I know he got the big fur. You know, he probably did that in Canada. You know, he loves shooting videos in Canada, but it probably is gonna be some
That's smart.
different effects on that. So we're gonna pay attention to that and see what that drops out. Let's talk a little about some little viral clip, man. Yo, man, with Marvin Snap, yo, he told the usher to close the doors, close the church doors, man. People just, you know, so he's went viral for that. The people talking about he locked them in. Man, God bless his heart. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't saying lock you in. You know, anybody could leave, whatever. He was just being persistent, like, hey, hold on now. Close them doors, you know, like, you know, close them doors. You know, I'm here. I need everybody to hear this. I need $20 from everybody out there. I need $20. You know, yeah, and the people in the back, you ain't, nah, yeah, you sit up here, I need 100. I need 100, you know. Yeah, man, I'll play with it.
They understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Close the door.
We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
Oh, man.
There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I just think $20 is a lot of money.
He's got to explain what that $40,000.
$20, believe it or not, when my late
You know?
wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn,
I think
get
his
one
math
soda,
is
2
off. 'Cause
straws.
if everybody in the back giving you 100,
I wasn't cheap. That's swag.
No, he's talking
I
about
was
the
looking in her
people.
eyes.
That's
She's
it.
looking in
that's
mine.
what I'm saying. If everybody in the back giving you
They don't
100,
count.
he said everybody giving you 100.
Can't do that
And
no
then
more.
maybe 1,000 of them
Now,
up.
everyone up here,
Make more than
we've all
40,000.
sold and seated,
People
but I
who
need
watch
everyone
give me
standing up here with
20.
us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or if you're giving tangibly, I'm going to have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people.
1,000 of y'all.
Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk.
I need to see the money go.
Y'all start moving.
Count that.
Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
In the bucket. Oh, man, what's your thoughts on that?
That's horrible. But yeah, that's that bank math right there. You ever seen the skit where they talk about how the bank robber, he's like, yeah.
You're not gonna give him grace? No.
What you mean?
You don't
$20?
Hey,
$100 for everybody in the back?
Close the doors. Close the door. Close
and I need
the
to
door.
see you.
I need 1,000 people. I need to see that money go in that bucket. Hey, that's a 10. That's not a 20. Hey, you're chipping the Lord.
Yeah. Something.
Oh man! All I gotta say, bless his heart. Bless his heart. He's supposedly going on Ricky Smiley's show soon. So hopefully he explains what he needed that 40,000 for, and it better be a good cause.
Oh, it's gonna be for the church.
40,000 for 60. What else is gonna be? So 40,000 for the church, and then for everybody in 100 in the back. That was look like probably 20 people in the back. So he gonna put how much in his pocket?
What you mean? They always drive around a nice car.
Oh no, but I'm just saying. I mean, everybody, you know.
That's why I said that math. That math ain't math.
Math ain't math.
It's 80,000 for like the people. No, I mean it's 40,000. I did the math. It's like there's 40,000 if he gets 1,000 people there and 1,000 online. He right about that.
Yeah,
the 100 people in the back. No, the 100 from the people in the back. He didn't add that in there.
I know he didn't add that. He didn't add that 100 in the back.
It's like no. He also
it costs to sit up in there, and so 100 for y'all.
Yeah, he also didn't go in his pocket to take out 100 either.
And I seen. I was looking closely. I was like, some people, some women, they sitting down looking around like, it ain't gonna be me tonight. I don't even got 100 on me. You know how you think everybody come to church with 100 on them, especially in this day and age. I mean, some's pulling it out. They had a little something.
The guy that right in the back of him went in there. He had a roll.
I got you. That's all you need. I got you, preacher.
But that's the worst part, because the people that's up there on the stage are the preachers. So if they got it like that.
I hate you, but it's like, you know, I'm gonna get it back. Just go get this tax. It's gonna be this taxes in.
Yeah, but he didn't go in his pocket too and be like, "I'll be the first."
No, he did. He gave out.
He was the first one to give it.
Yeah. He went into his pocket. He got. Yeah, he said. I seen him. He gave it out. He gave his. You know,
like I hope it wasn't the 20. It better been 100.
Oh no, he gave the 100. He gave the 100.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Yeah, he gave the 100. He's like everybody upstage. He was showing everybody to make sure. All right, now y'all turn. He ain't seen nobody moving. He was like, damn, all right.
Because you gotta be the leader. If you gonna say this, you gotta do it first.
You know? But then they started giving it out. But then someone was like, because 100 is a little steep for church.
It's not even that. It's that you didn't come there for that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's 100 is steep for church. Like, who's having 100 on them at church?
And then most of those churches have like where they give their money, like or a certain percent every year or during each paycheck. It's like that's double dipping.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I never understand. It's like, 'cause if you pass away, you still gotta pay. So you pay for your whole life, and when you pass away, you die, you still pay.
You know? Hey, church is a business. You know, at the end of the day, it's a business. You know, and how you think these preachers get their house paid for, their car paid for?
It's like, that's the thing I would never understand. If
You
I
know?
pay you my whole life and I die, my funeral should be on the house.
Facts, you know, like at least, you know, if I'm the member of the church, I shouldn't have to pay anything.
Yeah, I've been coming here for how long? You don't got how much money for me?
No, that ain't how it goes.
And I pass away?
And I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like I should get like a little service. It ain't even got to be no like extravagant.
Nah.
You come say words, good. Thanks.
And they need it up front
Be
too.
like, good night.
Nah, they need it up front.
Right.
Let you know, like, all right, is he serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Like, here you go. All right, God bless you. So but yeah, no, it's different. It's different. But we can't go too much on him. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's a business. The business is a church, and that's how it's run. 40,000. He's gonna explain. He gotta explain exactly what we needed that 40,000 for. That 40,000 state. There better be some reason.
That's right. Be
Better
like
be
all the
some
crackheads
reason.
out there with their little smartphones should be watching it. Be like,
Well,
weren't you in that church with the $20? And I'm asking for two, and you couldn't. I like lock that door.
them crackheads been leave that alone. You know.
Be like, what door he got? He outside. So what?
Yeah, so you lock the door. Oh man, yeah, and that's when the cops come. You know, because like they said, he didn't say lock the door. He said
Close the
close
door. Yeah.
the door. It is a difference. It is
There
a
is a
difference.
difference. I'm talking about the crackhead. He gonna be his own
Girl,
self. Let the crackhead lock the door outside,
You know?
locking air doors, tucking around, and they just walking around.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. But yeah, let's talk about some interesting topic for the news. You know, I've been seeing lately. Elon been all over the news. Him, Elon, and Donald Trump about their Social Security thing going on. I'm not hearing good things about it. I'm not hearing good things about it. But he's saying he's gonna let people know. He's trying to let people know he's not trying to get rid of Social Security or Medicaid or Medicare. He says he's gonna probably increase. It should be at the end to be increasing the money. So this is the thing. They have to put the money back. I always talked about it. Hopefully the deal and the Doge was that $5,000 back in people's pockets and shut everybody up. Because that'd be the highest anybody ever paid anybody coming back to taxes. But hey, if it's affecting people, then we're gonna see it. 'Cause they said, people are gonna start being affected by this. If they can't get their Social Security check. But if it's fraud, it's fraud. You know what I'm saying? You've been running a fraud. You've been running this thing. It's over. You enjoyed it where you had it. You got away with it this long. All right. You got to let it go. So you're not going to see them complaining. They're not going to be at the line like, oh, I'm not getting my check.
They can't.
They can be like, ah, damn. It was good while it lasted.
Right.
But if it affects the real people who really need their Social Security check and they're not getting it, then that's going to be a problem. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it's gonna affect. Because this thing, if it's that huge and that the way they're trying to blow this up into the news and saying this is that, well, the world is the world and the internet is the internet. We're gonna see it, and I don't want to see no fake ones. People complaining, I don't get my money. No, we're gonna see some real, effect if it's really affecting people. But if it's not, then keep doing a good job, and then and then hopefully get the money. But you got to give them some time. This is not gonna. They're like, oh, they talked about this and talked about that. They didn't do it. We gotta give them some time. They just got in office. You still got to give them a little bit of time to see. So give them a good 6 to 12 months to see, how it's really saving money or it's not saving money. To then really jump down their throat. But they are cutting back. So, we're gonna see if it's really gonna affect people's Social Security, Medicaid. But he said it's not. We gotta take his word, or we're not gonna take his word, then we will see it. That's what I feel.
Yeah, because he's been working a lot. It's like that's the thing. We have heard from him probably more than we have heard from the vice president.
Oh no, Elon's busy, man.
Yeah, he's been working his team to find out what is going on.
Yeah. And
So
like
we still don't know if it's gonna be good or bad.
Mhm.
He's saying there's money just out there that's being print and sent it. It's like he's just finding out a whole bunch of crazy things.
Yeah, like
And
$1
he's
billion
got like
off commercial things that don't even need stuff. There's all kinds of money all over the place. They just probably had no time to really crack down and do this.
Right.
Obama was ready to do this, but they didn't give him the control of it. He didn't really have the power. And now, Trump don't answer to nobody. So he got the power to do what he want to do and the way they want to do it. So and then he also showed his office in the White House. People was talking about it because it was a little office, but he was like, "Yo, I like the little office." Of course I can make it big. He's a billionaire, so he also can have a big office. But he's showing, no, this should show you that it ain't about that. I'm sending a message to show you, like I have a little office because it's. But then now thinking in my mind is like, Yeah, you have a little off because you don't really beat it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really beat it like that. But
No, but that still don't mean nothing.
nah, I'll just play
Because a
with
lot of
I just play. You know, you
I was
know, I
about to say a
play.
lot of people get big offers and they need to be like, when you go to that office, like
Man,
once a
exactly.
month.
You get them big old office, big space. You don't even really be there, and it's just for nothing. It's just for show. But he's not doing it like that, you know. And that shows a little bit message too to be like, yo, you know what? I'm not the president because if I was the president, I would have a bigger office. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I was really running things like that, I would have some big offices in here.
You have a
Taking
big
over.
so
You have the biggest
you know,
room.
because if it's
You
your
know what I'm saying?
house,
So he's probably like, nah, it's not even about that. I'm literally just trying to help out and do it and do it. And just because they asked me to do it, I felt I'd be part of it, and it's gonna help me in his business and everything. So you know, he's paying the most taxes. So he's like, "Yo, where's my money going?" you know, like he's like, "Hold on, y'all done took 50 billion from me. Hold on, where's my money going?" like you know, like if I could pay somebody to find out all this and then get the money back, yeah, it's gonna be worth it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but and if it can help us, the people, all right, that's another thing. But everybody's paying attention. Everybody's watching. Pressure is on. They are talking crazy. Newscast is going crazy, saying how you know they need people to rally this and that to show. But hey, if it's affecting people, then the people will speak up. You know, people will speak up if it's really affecting. But if it's a scam, you ain't saying nothing. You say, all right, it was good while it lasts. it was good while it lasts. But we'll pay attention and keep seeing what's going on with that. You know what I mean? So let's get in some motivation, man. Before I get out of here. Some motivation. I need a motivation. All right. So this one says, embrace the journey, even if the road gets tough. It's in the struggle that you find the true strength and resilience. So when I see that, I'm like, yeah, you know, I always talk about it, yo. You gotta embrace the journey. You know, it's gonna be a tough road. It's always gonna be a tough road, and you gotta embrace the struggle because that's part of the journey sometimes. And I would say 80 to 90% of everybody in the world, you know, say they go through some type of struggle, some type of journey. When you go to your journey, you gotta go through the struggle, but then it brings out the strength in you, you know.
Yeah.
And then the relentless that you just keep going and doing it. That it shows your true character and strength. You know, so that's what I got when I listened to that quote. Another one, very easy, very simple. Baby steps are still steps. You know what I mean? You know, keep going.
right.
And then that's the damn near truth. You know what I mean? You're taking steps. You're still taking steps. You know, even though they're baby steps, tiny steps, little steps, you're still making steps. And they eventually say keep going. So
Right.
everybody keep going. We're gonna see what you can do when you keep going. So that's all you can do. Just keep going.
It's forward, it's still forward.
Facts, facts. So that's what I got for today. But as I say that, you know what to do. Don't forget to check out that track Savage, man. If you haven't listened to that track Savage already, man, I don't know where you've been. But I'm gonna tell you again, you know, I'll definitely go download, stream, dance to it, make a song to it, do something, whatever. It's called Savage, featuring the one and only Ty Dolla Sign. You know, he's been cooking stuff up in the lab too, so you know, definitely go support his music. Also, so for the wheels fall off, you know. But yeah, you know, go check that track out, Savage. You know, do Bob featuring Ty Dolla Sign. We want to, you know, keep pushing it, keep driving it where you gotta go. You know, check out that. You know, and let me know. Hit me up. Tell me what you want to dance to it, sing to it, whatever you want to do. Do something to it. Let me know. You know, yeah, I can pull up a prize for you or something. So, yeah, so go check out that. Um, and I think that's all I got for you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and in the meantime, between times, you've been rocking with Doo-Wop.
And Jamel.
Check the next time. Peace.
I love it. You guys are so great.